If you think you know what the problem is, you're probably wrong. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, my name is Chelsea Albert. I help people take what would be months to years of traditional therapy and healing and shrink it down into a fraction of the time by getting to the unconscious root of what's really going on and what's been holding them back. One of my first mentors taught me it's never about the dishes. Yes, I got that. From like a relational standpoint, I understood that. Okay, I get it. It's not just about them not doing the dishes. There's usually little tiny comments that have been made, or the fact that they haven't called, or the fact that they haven't made any time, or the fact that they just keep watching the same TV show blaring while you're trying to go to sleep, and finally they haven't done the dishes and... But what about when it's actually your own emotions? It's usually just never about the thing either. And it's definitely not about the dishes. Case in point, I actually did have a client who was very, very compulsive about the way she kept her house. It wasn't just that she preferred a tidy house. It had to be spotless or she would freak out. Much to her family's annoyance, much to her annoyance. She didn't like the fact that she was freaking out about not having a clean kitchen. She didn't like being that way, but it just bound her up so much, and she could feel it in her body whenever she would see dishes in the sink, ironically. So what happened? When we start getting anxiety, or when we start really starting to grip for control, especially control, when we start feeling that controlling behavior, usually it's not about the thing that bugs us. That thing that bugs us is just a projection of all of our emotional needs that either haven't been met or have been agitated. For example, safety. A lot of anxious behavior and a lot of controlling behavior isn't linked to being a dick. It's not linked to being a jerk who just needs to have control. Usually control is a grip for safety. It's a grip for information. It's a grip for some kind of power over the situation. The ability to feel like, okay, I can ride this out. I've got this. And so when my clients that are struggling with control issues start gripping for control, the first thing that I always ask is, okay, what are you really craving? What are you really needing? I said I need to control this. Like, I need to make sure that I have control. No. What do you really want out of that control? What will control give you? What will, and we're gonna get to anxiety in a second, but what will this control give you? And that's where we usually start teasing out what it's actually all about. Maybe it's safety. Okay, so great. So where else don't you feel safe? Well, I've got this coming up, my job's incredibly stressful. Okay. So what is triggering all that? And sometimes, honestly, we start finding the thread and pulling it all the way back to some stupid comment that a third grade teacher made to them once that said something along the lines of, "You're stupid, you'll never make it, you can't handle this." Whoop, okay, so all of a sudden that person starts gripping for control to prove that they can handle this, or maybe they start believing that they can't handle it, and therefore they need to grip for control, because without control they won't be able to handle it. See how complicated this gets? This also works with any other emotion, any other anxiety, any other trigger. Anxiety is often not just about fear. And sometimes anxiety isn't even to do with trauma. Sometimes it's actually to do with the fact that your nervous system is recognizing a situation that isn't good for you, and yet you're trying to force yourself to stay in it. So sometimes the panic attacks that are happening have everything to do with the situation you're in. When I was waiting tables, I dealt with existential dread every time I walked in. It didn't matter. And at first I thought, okay, well, I hope I get a good section. I hope I'm not going to get, the shift where I'm stuck till midnight tonight. I hope that I'm going to get a money section. I hope that I'm going to get a section, blah, blah, blah. And I would focus so deeply on, I must be anxious about getting a good section tonight. the fact is, I am a crap server. I cannot focus my energy on more than one person at a time. And here's the thing, like, this is carried through the rest of my life, but I cannot focus my attention on this table over here, that table over here, that table over here. It was a terrible place for me to be. But I didn't focus, I didn't know it was that. I thought that I was anxious about how much money I was gonna make that night, or how terrible my clients were gonna be that night, or if I was going to have to stay late that night. I never associated it with the fact that I was in a situation that was not good for me. And it wasn't a bad situation, it just wasn't good for me. And I didn't realize that until I got fired for chasing a customer out because I finally snapped. And it wasn't even about the tip. Again, it's not just about the thing. I had had all of this built up pressure that all of a sudden one table left one subpar tip and my nervous system was off to the races. Now back to this client who felt such a need to control her environment. It turned out that it really wasn't just the dishes. She felt so little control in the rest of her life. And she was struggling with anxiety that she felt that she had to have control to ease. So it wasn't just about the control. It wasn't just about the anxiety, because again, the anxiety is to do with something even further back. But she believed that the only way to escape her anxiety was to have control. And therefore to have control over her space, and therefore to have control over those damn dishes. And so what would happen is if she did not have control, if those dishes were not done, then she had anxiety. And it turned out that the anxiety was actually a way to receive love. Because every time she had a bout of anxiety, her loving partner would instantly come and try to help her out. So it wasn't even about love necessarily. It was about support. And then, if you want to work this all the way back, she felt like she didn't have support, therefore she felt like she didn't have love. Therefore, her anxiety needed to come out more and more and more because she didn't feel like she could ask for that support and that love just on its own. She had to have the anxiety to make it reasonable for somebody to come and give her support and love. Well, in order to escape the anxiety, because the anxiety really didn't feel good, she had to have control, and therefore the dishes had to be done. It's a really complicated web of things, isn't it? And if you resonated with this video, the next time that you find yourself acting in a way that you know you really aren't, the next time you find yourself overcome with that, yeah, it's time to ask, what is this really? What do I really need from this moment? What do I really want from this moment? What is it that I am not getting in my life, or what is it that I am getting too much of that I need a break from? Start asking those questions and start untangling the real source of it. And then, bonus, ask yourself if you feel okay asking for it. Many times we will do and act and feel in really, really out of character ways simply because we don't feel like we can ask for what we need. So if this is you, like and subscribe. Follow for more videos like this. Let me know how you feel in the comments about it. And just start asking, what do I need? And start practicing asking for what you need. And if you have a friend who can benefit from this video, go ahead and send it along their way. Happy healing.